The topic you have selected, or to the title of this conference, whether knowledge society is a myth or chance for Poland, I think this is a very clear and demanding answer. Yes, it is a chance. It is a great challenge for society to value knowledge, to learn from the past, to learn today for tomorrow. Madam Staniszewska said, przyszłość zaczyna się dziś. It is always true. I would even say, future already started yesterday. Because we have legacy, 20 years of freedom, 40 years of totalitarian regimes, 20th century full of inhuman behavior of nations or people or some in our space. Europe is full of lessons. Historia magistra vitae est. If we learn from history, we are responsible. If we don't learn, we will pay the price. So it's important to learn after 20 years, after a new generation came, that freedom, rule of law, democracy, common Europe is not granted. It's not self-evident. It's not automatic reality. It's a result of struggle, many victims, a lot of sacrifice. And of course, it's not directly linked to the topic of information society or knowledge society, but we have to learn in order to be not only free nations, free society, but responsible nation, responsible society. So my answer to your question, knowledge society, a chance for Poland? Yes. Yes, it is a chance. And why it is important? Because to be is more than to have. But also to know is more, means more than to have. Because those who know are better prepared also to have, to behave responsibly, to work actively, to be more constructive and creative. Educated people are more prepared for living in diversity, for living in globalization, for living in time of crisis. Uneducated people are more vulnerable. We don't need to persuade each other what it means in life for individuals and for societies. When they shape the reality, or they are just driven by reality. When they shape globalization, or they just face globalization as a threat. I think human capital is the most important. Why I think investing into people, investing into knowledge is important for living together, not only for existing together. To live together and to exist together is a qualitative difference. And to live in one European house means to feel like at home. I told today kids in one of schools here in Warsaw that I feel like at home here because I'm not tourist in Poland. I'm citizen of the same union as you are. And to be citizen means something. To have some rights, but also some responsibilities. Two sides of one coin. Freedom and responsibility. Rights and obligations. Who cares? Who should care for Europe? We. I mean, all this is important. We are facing European elections. If people don't care, who should care for Europe? Russia? United States? Africa? So maybe it's a bit of politics, but I'm trying to appeal that we need to know, to be knowledgeable society, starting with European house, Polish house, in order to improve, to prepare for tomorrow. And it starts today, or it started yesterday, because our fathers, mothers prepared some legacy. So investing into people is never a cost. It's really the best investment. And when I speak to ministers of education or finance ministers or prime ministers, yesterday there were many in Bratislava, my answer or message is, let's invest better and more. Better means efficiency, coherent approach, but also more. Education becomes decisive factor and condition for future of individuals and societies. One of the best equalizers in life, in society. How can we speak about flexicurity in our labor policy or labor market or employment if education would not be their education which is relevant, quality, and accessible? In the European Union, we are working towards access and quality of education. This represents knowledge pyramid, access for all, and quality, which is rather higher than lower. Relevance, which means we cannot produce young, fresh, unemployed people, but rather well-prepared adults for their responsibilities. And last not least is transfer of knowledge. Usually, fragmentation of space between education and science and enterprise policy or industry policy and employment policy and youth policy is a problem. We need to build synergy, conditions for synergy. And one of them is very important, transfer of knowledge. And this is about innovation. And we have European Year 2009, creativity and innovation devoted to important topics. I just want to contribute to your important conference with several items where European Union and particularly Commission is acting now, this year, this time, under French and now Czech presidencies. In December, before Christmas, we came with one new initiative called New Skills for New Jobs. It is first time when the European Union tries to forecast future skills needs, because it's evident when technology, labor market, society is changing, we need to change also skills we give or offer or train our young generation. So we together with CEDEFO, Centre Européen de Formation Professionnelle, the agency in Thessaloniki, prepared the first prediction of skills for the horizon 2020. It is something, I think, very important for Europe, but also for Poland, where today we need to adapt curricula, the content of education, in order to prepare people for tomorrow. Routine jobs will die away, and creative tasks will grow, that's very clear. People with only very basic skills will struggle to find satisfactory jobs. Predicting future is really never easy, but it means we have to work on this systematically, more and more on evidence, feedback, together with national authorities and national agencies. And one of the messages from this work is very clear: lifelong learning. We have to keep on learning. What was enough before is not enough today. Lifelong learning becomes necessity, not luxury, but necessity. I once said in the European Parliament, and was well received, that without lifelong learning, there will be less and less lifelong earning. So it's a recommendation, but also important message for everybody, not only for pupils.